Thank you, guys.
And helping constituents, my #1 priority. And it's been so important to me to know that we can make a difference in the lives of North Florida veterans and their families. It's just been such an honor, such an honor. And I have so many good friendships that have developed that I will carry with me always. I'd like to give a special thanks to our team here, Alex, Brandon. Much of what I talk about is made possible because I have people that care in their hearts about making the requests that come to our office happen. You know, it's really easy when you get an immediate no answer to say, well, I've done what I can do. But no is an unacceptable answer in our office, and we go the extra mile to try and find people that will help us, that ultimately will help our veterans. And I'm really, really proud that we've been able to return over $500,000 back to the veterans here in North Florida that deserve to have those resources or the recognition that they rightfully deserve provided to them for their service. So ultimately, we returned over $2 million. But the money and the resources and the respect and the recognition that our veterans have received means the most to me. So from the bottom of my heart, on this Veterans Day, I want to thank all the veterans that are here for your service to our country, because you're the ones that allow all of us to be here and to be free. So thank you.
And yeah, it was like a divine connection when I saw her and our eyes met. And you know, mothers feel the pain of war a lot. They feel everything, I think, more than anything else. And she actually read a proclamation at the House of Representatives for Warrior Beach Retreat in Washington, which meant the world to us. You know, it meant so much to us. But she actually joined us on one of our retreats about a year ago. I think it was about a year and a half ago you did, I met you the first time. And she actually went with us with her tall husband. Y'all want to talk about how tall she is? She's got a tall husband. And they were with us for about 3 hours on the Betsy Ann. And she talked to the veterans. Her heart is for you all. And it's so evident. It's not just words she says. She has a heart for you all. And that's so special to me as a mom with a son who lost both legs above the knee. 10 years ago, November 13th is his Alive Day. And 8 years ago, we started doing these retreats twice a year for our wounded warriors. And even lately, my son was denied caregiver coverage twice by the VA. And he's got a hand that's not working right. He's got legs that are gone. And I contacted Representative Graham's office, and so she's doing what she can to help get the coverage, the caregiver coverage, because he needs somebody to take care of him. So when she says, if you get a no, talk to her. She's going to try to open doors to make things happen. And, you know, we're grateful for people like her, Representative Graham, that are in office, that have a heart to help veterans. And it just means the world to me as a mom with a son so severely wounded. And you vets know it's not an easy journey. It's been up and down quite a bit, but our son's doing well. Got his daughter Lainey here with me. She was the one in the pictures with President Bush when we were in Washington, and he and his wife came to visit us. But, you know, we have a great nation, and it's due to people like Representative Graham, who cares and is a person of her word. So God bless America, and God bless Gwen.
I went on an honor flight recently. Actually, it was about, how long ago was that now? We went on the honor flight together. Last April. And I was assigned to be the guardian of a World War II veteran. Well, when we went to the event before the honor flight, so that to make sure everybody had their paperwork in order, it turned out the gentleman that I was responsible for did not have any sort of ID that would allow him to get on the airplane. And I said, I will help you, I'll go with you and help you get your ID. So I went with him, and we went back and forth between the VA and DHS&V, back and forth. And I was just appalled. And he was there with his congressional member, and it was still incredibly challenging. And we finally, at the end of the day, we were able to get him his ID that allowed him to get on the airplane. But it was an eye-opening experience for me to see how challenging it can be to get the care that y'all deserve. And he had veterans, I mean, there were records at the VA, but it was still because he didn't have the ID, sort of like the chicken and the egg. We will continue to help, and I thank you for being here. Absolutely. I'm so honored to be a part of helping this wonderful gentleman, along with his good friend, help receive the Purple Heart that he so deserved to receive from his service in the Korean War.
And Mr. Hutchison here ended up in a catch-22 that he basically had his DD-214 where he was wounded in Korea. They had shrapnel wounds, and they're all in his Army records, but they wouldn't give him a Purple Heart. And we went around and around and around. And so basically we got a hold of Congresswoman Graham, and she was able to, basically with Kyle McIntyre and all her people in her office, were able to get the message through. As she was saying, they went to the records place at 4300 Goodfellow Boulevard, where all the military records are kept. And if anybody saw the movie The Raiders of the Lost Ark, when they were wheeling the Covenant into this big warehouse that went on forever, that's exactly what this building looks like. I spent 20 years in the Army, and long story short, I've been there. But the place caught on fire, and the records burned. And so the National Records people said, you've got to go to the Human Resources Command in Fort Knox, Kentucky, and get them to issue it. And then they wrote back to Congresswoman Graham saying, we can't do that, you've got to have verification from the Army records in St. Louis, which said you got to go back to them. And so it was a catch-22. And if it hadn't been for Congresswoman Graham, Joe Ed would have never got his Purple Heart. And so thank you so much.
I want to thank everyone for listening to all of this. And I want you to know that I appreciate Miss Graham with all my heart. She's helped me to win the Purple Heart that I deserved 66 years ago. I appreciate it.
He needs a full hot air.
Out of my heart. And thank you guys for listening to me. Thank you, Miss Graham.
Well, thank you. And I just want to take this opportunity for the veterans community to again say how much of an honor it has been to represent you. I will continue to always be a voice for veterans. And y'all are going to have a great representative in your new District 2 Representative Neil Dunn. I talk with Neil on a regular basis, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure that that there's a smooth transition, so that any of the open constituency services cases continue to be addressed. So it's been an honor, and I just want to say God bless y'all, and God bless our state of Florida, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.